Oh, hello, and thank you for joining me. I'm Timbo Took, and this is A Joy of Painting Middle-earth, a time when we come together to paint the most fantastic landscapes Middle-earth has to offer, and maybe we'll paint a scary one a time or two. That can be quite fun, you know. Now, I may not be the best painter in the Shire, but I do love it so, and I'd love for you to paint right along with me. So if you're ready, grab your paints and your brushes, and let's go on an adventure. All right, and thank you for joining me. Let's get to our painting today. I've got my canvas prepared, and how have we done that? We've put that magic white down. That's right, that magic white that the Blue Wizard taught us how to use. You know the Blue Wizard, Bob Ross the Blue. He used to come to the Shire once a week when I was just a boy, and he taught us all how to paint. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to paint this fantastic landscape from Middle-earth. Actually, today's landscape is coming from an island called Numenor. That's right, one of its mighty ships. Oh, we'll talk more about that. But first, we've got that prepared. We have our paint down here on our palette. We've got, oh, that's an ultramarine blue. He was a little funky trying to get on there. I had to fight with him today. Some alizarin crimson, some phthalo blue, sap green, Van Dyke brown, ivory black, oh, cadmium yellow. That's what that is. Yellow ochre, and of course a couple piles of titanium white, because we're going to mess a few of those up. Now we've got that down, let's put a sky in right away. Let's go. Oh, and if you're new here, please give us a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe. I do like new friends. So I've got a little bit of that magic white still left on my brush. I'm just going to come into this ultramarine blue, see how this is. It was quite tricky for me. And I've got a little bit of that white in there. It's just kind of lightening it up. This is going to be, the sky isn't going to be super bright today. We'll just put it up here and put some clouds in the sky. We'll see. We may have to darken it up, but oh, that looks all right. We're just doing crisscross strokes right up here. We've got that blue. It's mixing in with that magic white that's already on the canvas. Put it right there and come back right in the corner there. Darkest in the corners, and just work our way down. Now, if your easel's bouncing all over the place, just put a big old hobbit foot right on that easel. There we go. There we go. Now, today's story that we're painting, oh, it comes from, well, one of Mr. Bilbo's old tales. One of those old tales, but of course, Barleyman Butterbur, he's going to be telling us these tales, so we're going to listen to him, and he forgets a lot of details, and sometimes he just makes stuff up. But, oh, it's fun just to get together and listen to him talk. So we're going to hear his version of the Second Age. That's right. And that's what this is, this island kingdom of Numenor. Oh, and there were a lot of ships and things. They used to sail. Oh, there we go. Just mix this in. We're not mixing it all together all the way down because we still want some of it to be clouds and things. So we don't want our sky just to be one color. Sometimes it is, but those don't make the most interesting paintings. So you see, we just mix that darker up at the top and just use those crisscross strokes. Bring it down the canvas. There we go. Coming down this way. And we're going to have a big sailing ship here. One of those Numenorean sailing ships. Oh, and I'm very fond of ships. Oh, Timbo used to do quite a bit of adventuring. In fact, I lived at sea for a couple years. That's right, I did. Spent many, many days and weeks and months out at sea. There we go. We're just going to bring this down. This is just going to be water on the bottom. Just kind of washing this brush off. There we go. Gonna soften that out. Just taking out some of those brush marks. Those brush strokes, I should say. Just using it softly to do that. Oh, and don't worry, we're going to have lots of stuff in here. Lots of stuff. Let's take, oh, this is our phthalo blue. It's a little darker. We're going to come maybe a touch of sap green. We're going to work that in. There we go. Because this will be the ocean down this way. Let's put this in. Let's just bring this in. There we go. You see that? That just makes those colors of the ocean. It's a little different than the colors of your sky. Just bring it in. There we go. From the sides. And you see you have those streaks in there from the brush strokes. Oh, that's fine. That's making waves for us. Just bring it across. Just starting heavier pressure down below and we work our way up. There we go. So we've put in a sky, we've put in some water. Now we'll do some details in here. I think that sky, we're going to soften that up. But let's clean off our brush. Now we've got this 2-inch brush we've been using. We have quite a few colors on here. So I'm going to come to our odorless paint thinner. We have it in a bucket right back here. There we go. Might need to add a little odorless paint thinner in there. We're going to be running out. And I've got a rubbish bin right down here. We're just going to beat the Sauron. That's right, Sauron. He's our villain. We're going to beat the Sauron out of the brush in today's tale. There we go. There we go. Although I don't know that we know that Sauron is the bad guy yet. Oh, Barleyman will let us know. He'll weave this tale. He'll shorten things and, like I said, make some people up that may have not been in the tale. But he's just a fun sort. We get together, we listen to him talk, we hear his story, and then we argue about it. Oh, not real arguing. We just split a pint, or we don't split. And we talk about the fun we had. That's right. All right, now I've got this clean, dry 2-inch brush. We're just going to come up. Well, let's soften this up just a bit. Just soften that up. Just the top there. There we go. Now let's put in a cloud or two. All right, we're going to have some clouds up there, so let's just come down to some of our titanium white. We'll put that on the brush. There we are. Just load it up right on the brush. And come in here. And we're just going to put, maybe a big cloud right here. There we go. Just run that out. Just knock some of that off the brush. Come back here, get some more. There we go. Just load that up on the brush. Maybe there's a cloud right here. There we are. Now, I'm just going to wash off that brush. That's all we needed that for. There we go, nice and clean. Put that down. Let's come back to this mostly dry brush. And what we're going to do is we're just going to mush in that cloud there. Just using some circular strokes. Just the bottom of it. I'm going to put it in right like that. There we go. Leaving that top edge. There we are. Let's knock some of that off. Just get a little wet there. There we are. Now, I'm going to take this 1-inch brush and we're just going to lift these clouds. There we go. Just lift them up and soften them out. Oh, there we are. There we are. Just some soft clouds there. All right. Now, what this is this is a port, an entrance to one of our ports there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put some cliffs here. That's right, some cliffs that come off this way. And so I'm going to take some of this ivory black and maybe just mix it in. We'll put a few other colors in there. Maybe some alizarin crimson. There we go. Maybe some of that sea color. We'll mix that in there. We're just coming up with a color for the cliffs here. Pull that down. There we go. Now let's just get a little bit of that on there. And these are going to go off this way. So there's going to be a boat right here in the front. So these cliffs, this will come out this way. There we are. And we just pull that. Leave your top edge. We're just going to pull these cliffs right down into the painting. And that's all there is to it. We're going to do the same on the other side. Coming out from right here. Oh, it'll get lost back that way, but maybe it comes just like this. Maybe there's another part that comes up there. This is just a safe entrance to the harbor. That's right, it's protective cliffs. Protects you from weather, protects you from enemies. Pull that right down into the painting. There we go. Maybe a little more of that. A little more color in there. Just pushing that color right into the canvas. A little more here. Do the same on this side. Just grabbing some paint and we're just pressing that right onto the canvas. We're not leaving a lot of paint. We're mostly just coloring that canvas that's underneath. And remember, we paint in layers. So the furthest back was the sky. So we put that in. And now we're putting these cliffs in. All right. Let's just take our 2-inch brush now. We're just going to tap this and pull it down. There we go. Just tapping that out there at the bottom. And you can see that liquid white, that magic white that's on there, that starts coming through. But that's good because what we want is we're just going to have a mist down here at the bottom of this cliff. There we go. There'll be some details in there, but mostly it's just a mist here. There we are. There we are. And we'll come back and we'll do that bottom, but for right now, oh, we're going to have some trees and things. All right. So before we put some trees in, we want to just make the appearance of some trunks up here. So I've got this, this thin, there we go, this thin palette knife right there. And we're just going to scratching in some of these. The tops of here are just filled with trees. Same on this side. Just putting some trees there. There we go. Just those trunks. There we are. Now, we're going to come to our 1-inch brush. And we want a dark green color here. We just want to make this dark. We'll just use this dark that we have there. Just make that green, but very dark. And we're going to come up and we're just going to put some, there we are. Just, you're not killing those tree trunks, but you're just kind of going over them so they stick out. There we go. Just making that dark. There we go. Very dark green. We'll come back and highlight these. Right on top here. Now there's probably some defenses for the city hidden in amongst these trees and things. That's what you do. That's what you do. There we go. And you just come up with these layers of things. Now let's maybe put some rock formation in here. Let's take some of our titanium white. Oh, we'll just bring it down here. We don't want to look like snowy cliffs. So we're just going to grab maybe some of this yellow ochre. Let's put that into there. There we are. Mixing that up. We've got some other colors in there. That's fine. That's fine. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take that knife. Just get some on that row of paint there on our knife. And let's just bring some of these cliffs down. Just giving some color here. There we are. Just letting that paint break off. Make all kinds of things right in here. Maybe. Make a wall that just comes down like that. And then we can put more vegetation and things up in here. There we go. A little more of that in there. Get some darker in there. There we are. And come over to the other side. We'll come down here. There we are. You see, you're making this cliff wall here. And we'll come back and we'll put some vegetation over some of this. A little more, just mix up that color the way you need. There we are. Now let's put some more of that vegetation in here. Now, we've gotten a lot of paint down there. So I'm just going to get a little bit of that paint thinner on my brush. And we'll just get this to stick more. There we are. Just putting some trees right along this cliff here. There, you see? Just put some of these right there. There we are. We want to keep that a little dark again because we're going to come back and we're going to highlight some of this. Those are just trees growing right out of the side of that cliff. There we go, and it'll connect up there. There. Down here they'll be a little bit lighter because they're hidden by some mist. Put some more on this side. There we go. Now we've got those. Those are pretty much one color. We're just going to clean off this brush. Get that dark out of there, and we're going to come down. We're going to come right down here. Let's get some of this yellow. We're going to lighten this up a bit. There we go. Just thin that up a little bit. We got some colors in there, and we're just gonna come and we're just adding some green to that vegetation. There we go. Maybe we highlight that with a little more yellow, and you just pop that on there, just punching it. You're not swiping it. No. Just putting some highlight there. There we go. Come over to the other side and do the same thing. You're just tapping that right onto that brush. So you're getting it right on the ends. And then you're just using those ends. And you just pop that in. There we go. There we are. We just make that highlight color just to pop on those trees. There we go. All right, well, now because it is a city and it is an entrance, maybe there's some walls here. Let's put some of those walls in. Let's make some of those. And we'll come right here. And we can even come over to some of this ivory black. Put some of that on there. And let's give this wall some lines. There we go. Right down this way. Now, of course, you know, old Timbo is much better at painting trees and mountains and clouds and things than structures that have been built by man because, oh, we enjoy painting nature. Sometimes we have to show a disruption in nature. And that would be like some of these walls from some of these cities. Almost looks as if that could be a gate that could swing shut in a time of war. Let's go over here. Let's make, maybe there's a watchtower that comes right up this way. And that's looking a little too much like the cliff. So let's lighten that up with some white. Come into our titanium white. There we go. Now we'll make this a watchtower here. If we can get that to come off the palette knife. There we go. Come this way. There we are. Fix that side. And maybe we even do a little detail. Let's find a brush here. Oh, this brush right here. I don't know. That looks just kind of a small little bit of a flat brush. And we'll try and put some sort of top on this tower if we can get that paint to stick. You start getting all this paint down, and then it doesn't want to stick. Doesn't want to stick anymore. We'll put this structure right on top. There we go. Now, a lot of these structures and things from the Second Age, you can find them in the Third Age. They're the ruins that are in the Third Age. Of course, Numenor, well, we'll talk about those ruins as we go down the road. As we go down the road, we'll talk about that. There we go. All right. Now we've got a ship that's leaving out of here, so let's put our ship shape. Let's put our ship shape in. Ship shape. That's right. Well, let's go. Let's put down a little bit of a darker color for our ship at first, and then we'll try and highlight on top of that. So I've just got a fan brush here, just using that. Say the ship is coming out right here. Oh, we'll say this comes back this way. And bring this here. As I said, Timbo paints a tree, paints a mountain a little bit better than anything else. These ships, though I love ships, I might not be the best at painting them. So you see, we're starting by just trying to put in what looks like an anchor. Just looks like an anchor there at first. Don't worry, we'll fix it up. There we go. See, this is the bow of that ship. Right out this way. There we go. Just making the shape of that ship. Ship shape. Just making this so ship shape. All right. Now these ships, I tell you what, they have some sort of weird mast. They have this double mast thing going on with a sail in the middle. So we'll try and do that as best we can. As best we can. Right there. Old Timbo doesn't do great straight lines. That wasn't too bad, I guess. Wasn't too bad. Let's do another one right here. And of course, if you want to do a really fantastic job, you can draw this out on your canvas beforehand, rather than just kind of doing it free-handed, willy-nilly like old Timbo. There we go. Now, let's find another brush. I got this brush. We're gonna make some sails here. Let's make a sail color. Take some of this titanium white with some of this yellow ochre. There we go. That looks like a good sail color. Oh, I don't know if any of you have ever been on the ocean for a long time, but when you go out to the sea, oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, especially in the storms. Old Timbo loved being on the ocean, being on the sea in a storm. That's right. All right, let's see. How are these sails going to be? We're going to have one little sail here in the middle. Just like this. Oh, there we go. We'll put that in. It's an interesting sail. Interesting indeed. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, let's take these sails from the side. There we go. Now we're picking up paint off the canvas as we go. You just have to kind of knock some of that color off, come back to your color you're painting with. There we are. Knock it off before you come back into it. And one more little thing there. There we go. Now, we've got all this paint here inside where our sail would be. Let's scrape some of that out. This can make it difficult when we have so much color already underneath. We'll just do the best we can. We'll just do the best we can. Let's get some more of this titanium white and mix it in there for our canvas color, the canvas of that sail. There we go. Let's bring it up here. And let's just bring this in, just like this. Paint that right in there. Oh, it gets a little discolored. That's okay. We can build on top of it. Build on top of that. There we go. Wipe that off. Wipe that off. And come right here. Put some more in there. There we go. Wipe it off again. Come back. Get some more. No, it's almost as if these sails are see-through. See-through sails. Maybe we're inventing something here. Maybe. We just need to make that a little thinner. Maybe we can make it stick a little better. Always hard to do, always hard to do. There we go. Put that on right there. And that's where maybe if you plan it out a little better, it'll work out a little more. Work out a little better for you. More planning, more planning. We'll just work this color in this way. There we go. Work that color in that way. Work it right over. Let's put some of it in this sail here. There we go. There we are. These sails are filled with the wind. There we go. Let's come over to the other side. Now, of course, we put some lot of color in here. We'll scrape that out. And we'll see how we can do over here. I tell you what, we made a challenge for ourselves. When I got all excited and I just started putting stuff willy-nilly, not thinking about where my boat was going to be. That's right. Let's just thin that down a bit. There we go. Thinned it down, just roll it out on there. There we go. Bring another one here. Let's see. We got the one from the top. Then that one. Trying to make it so it looks similar on each side. And maybe that one there. And this one here. Okay. Filling in those sails. Fill that in. There we go. There we are with this one. All right, let's bring that a little lower there. Now, this is where sometimes if you're trying to do a single painting in just one sitting, you start getting all this paint all over the top of each other. And that can start to make it messy, where you're just kind of mixing mud I don't even know where all that black came from. Let me wipe off this brush. There we go. I'm going to come into here. Some of this white. Not so white anymore, is it? Not so white anymore. There we go. Let's fill this sail up. All right. Got some of this. Let's just come up. Let's just... Oh, it's fallen off. Our paint is fallen off. All right. And we put this shape underneath, and then we can come back and we can lighten that up. And that's the thing, you can do layers and layers and layers. There we are. And we'll come into this one. There we go. There we go. Now let's make that look more like a ship with a little bit of brown in there. There we go. And maybe some yellow in there. There we are. Let's lighten this up a bit. There we go. There's the color of our planks. Color of our planks right here. And we'll come down this way. There we are. Just fill that in. There we go. Now, one side will be a little darker than the other. One side will catch more light, one side will catch more shadow. There we are. Now let's come. Gonna wash that 1-inch brush off. Now I've got some of that liquid white, some of that magic white. I'm just going to put this on the brush here, and we're just going to put in, this is just some mist. We're going to pop this in. That's some of that fog just rolling off the water. Some of that mist. There we go. Some on this side. There we are. Just pop that in. Now we're going to come I've got this little fan brush here. We're just going to take some of this liquid white, just where this is splashing right at the bottom of the ship as it comes out. There we are. Now, come to some of our liquid white again, just getting a little bit on there. And we just put some of these waves in the water. Just some of this water breaking. There we go. Just take it and straight across. There we are. Just taking that knife. You're not going to hurt your canvas. You're not going to cut through it. We're just making those waves across the ocean there. There we are. Just cut that in. Just make sure you're going straight across this way. This way. There we go. And we can add some detail into those sails, some of that white, that liquid white. There we are. And let's come to the other side and do the same over there. There we go. Just cut in some of those lines right there. There we are. We have that ship coming right out towards us. And let's just do a little touch up here. Just rounding out that edge. There we go. There we are. And we have that ship sailing right out from Numenor. Right back there, that island of Numenor. So I'm sure over the next few years, as Mr. Butterberg tells this story of the Second Age, that we'll probably do more and more paintings of ships and more of these ocean paintings. I don't do a lot of those, so you and I will be practicing together. So I hope you enjoyed this. It's a fun one, just putting a little ship in the sea, and we'll do more and more of these, and we'll get better and better. You'll see. All right, I appreciate you joining me. Remember, if you want to purchase any prints of old Timbo's paintings, you can find those at timbotook.com. That'll take you to Timbo Took's trading post. And you can find mugs and t-shirts and paintings and things. So I appreciate you being here. Goodbye and God bless.